What's up, guys? Welcome to the show. Big transfer news today. I'm going to get through as much of it as I can. Let's start off with Arsenal and Manchester City. Manchester City getting rid of Gundogan. Gundogan officially joining Barcelona on a 2-year contract. What does that mean? They lost the midfielder. They're going to replace him with who, you may ask? Declan Rice. Manchester City have formally put their interest public and they are putting together a bid to rival Arsenal that will probably supersede Arsenal's bid. Now, Arsenal have been faffing about with this Declan Rice thing. 2 bids that they knew that West Ham weren't going to accept. And it looks like City are going to sabotage it. Another deal that we've had sabotaged. Just pay the money, bruv. Just pay the money, bruv. That is your number 1 transfer target. Record signing. Pay the money. Move like a big club. Like, sometimes I think like Arsenal, when it comes to their main choices, like they're not really serious. They're just doing it to sort of, I don't know, get, PR, get publicity, show the fans, oh, look, we're trying to be a big club. But no, it's like what they've done with Luis Suarez. 40 million and £1 bid they put for Luis Suarez all those years back. Arsenal move like a laughing stock in a transfer window sometimes. An absolute laughing stock. Emery wanted Zaha. They went and got Pepe because the French club that he was at, I think it was Lille, would accept those silly payments, that payment structure that they always want to do, where they pay over a certain amount of years. Give West Ham the money. Even if it means taking money out of another side and having to bargain and negotiate with that club. West Ham want probably 100 million up front. If you're serious, move like a big club. You finish second in the league. Listen, I still think that this transfer, minor saga is not going to be as simple as, he's just going to go to City. Maybe Arsenal will come in with an improved offer and then it will be down to Declan Rice. Hopefully, I don't know, but I mean, he more likely he's going to choose City at the Champions. City might give him money and Calvin Phillips and West Ham will just go accept, and then Declan Rice ain't got a choice. So Arsenal need to move quickly to counteract what City are doing. But I don't know where this is going to go. Arsenal might miss out on this, and then they're going to try their third choice or second choice, centre midfield player. But it's just moving so dumb. It's annoying. Like, if you're really serious, just buy him, innit? And they knew after the first bid that City were getting interest. Just get it done. Moving, just dumb. Like, pisses me off how Arsenal move in the transfer window. And I'm going to get pissed off more. And I know that transfers ain't easy. And I know it's not just as simple. But do you know what? It is simple. Like, the club's got a valuation, reach the valuation, or you negotiate on a middle ground. You just don't lowball an offer that's way off the valuation and expect them to say yes, especially a player like Declan Rice, who's going to have many suitors. If you're the only club that wants him and he's got a year left of his contract, of course they're going to say yes. But we all know Declan Rice has many admirers. Bayern Munich, Manchester United, Manchester City, Arsenal. Get the deal done, bruv. Long thing. It's just long, it's annoying. So I don't know what's going to happen there. We have to just wait and see what happens. We have to wait and see the Manchester City bid, the bid that they put in. And, we have to see what moves Arsenal are going to make. Are they going to pull out or are they going to try a third bid? We have to wait and see what's going to happen. I'm going to bring you that news as soon as I know. So, Manchester City get rid of Gundogan, looking to replace him with Declan Rice. It also looks like Bernardo Silva might be on the way out, and surprisingly to Saudi. Like this, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I couldn't care less if the Saudis want to, sign, whatever player. It doesn't really bother me. I'm probably going to watch the league, to be honest, because it looks like it's going to be interesting. It looks like there's going to be good players in there. And I'm all up for football being developed in every country. It seems like a lot of the European big heads, they seem to be getting a little bit angry now because, you know, the football monopoly looks like it's going to be broken up a little bit. But you know what? Doesn't really bother me. Players can go and play where they want for their career and make as much money as they want. That's the name of the game. I mean, you know, they say, oh, but, you know, playing in the Champions League, you know, trying to win the big trophies. Unfortunately, most players are not lucky enough to win big trophies, Champions League, Premier Leagues. That's a small handful of players. That's a small select full of players. I mean, look at the likes of Harry Kane, world-class top striker, and he's won kaput. So, you know, and listen, those players that are going to go to Saudi are still going to win trophies. I mean, the trophies in Saudi do count. It's still trophies. So it doesn't really bother me, but it seems like this has got under the nose of Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher. They seem to think that, you know, they didn't mind if the Saudis were getting players, you know, past their prime, looking for their last payday, or players like Neves that are just under elite. Now that they might be signing Manchester City's Bernardo Silva, an elite footballer in his prime, they seem to think that this might be a game changer in terms of the monopoly of football and the power swing of football. You know, I find it rich from Gary Neville because the World Cup in Saudi, or there was a lot of English sports media and pundits that had a problem with it being there because of, you know, of the human rights and all that. But as soon as the money was available, you ran out there and you done the work for them. Like, I don't care, I don't mind in terms of it. It doesn't really bother me. I thought it was a great World Cup. I don't agree with any human rights violations, but in terms of sport, I think sport should stay sport, and I think it was a great World Cup. And I think the World Cup should be in any country. It's the World Cup. You know, you should bid for it, and if you get it, it should be in your country. And the Saudis bid for it, and they got it, and they hosted an exceptional World Cup, and it was full of culture and, you know, people coming together, and I love all that. So I find it rich from Gary Neville. You're saying, you know, you're criticising them about how they're approaching, you know, buying all the players and how they're affecting the monopoly of football. But during the World Cup, you ran out there to get your money and speak as a pundit. So it's a little bit double standardsy. Like, I don't know, like, there's been players in their prime before that have gone to other leagues. Like Oscar went to China for the Chinese Super League, and the Chinese Super League is still going. The only difference is it feels like a lot of experts believe that the Saudi League has more legs in terms of the money that they can pump into it, and in terms of the structure of where it's going. The Chinese Super League seemed to have had limited legs, and it's so proved. So, I don't know. Listen, I think football is a worldwide game, it's an international game, and if a country wants to make football big in it and they want to improve the quality of their own footballers, more power to them. And every footballer has the right to play where they want to play and earn the money that they want to earn. So, you know, whatever, it doesn't really bother me. But players like Bernardo Silva, if they feel like they want to go Saudi, it doesn't really matter. You know, they can go and play where they want, in my view. I support Arsenal. I care about what Arsenal do. I care about what Arsenal do domestically, European, in the European Champions League, and if they want to win the Champions League, win a Club World Cup, win a Super Cup. My focus as a fan is Arsenal. And that's it. And I want Arsenal to be successful. And as a football fan, you have to understand that your club can't always be successful. There's ups and downs. And as a fan, you just have to be there and support your football club through the thick and thin. So Chelsea seem to be the main beneficiary of the Saudis buying up a lot of good players. Saudis have bought a lot of Chelsea's players, and Chelsea need to get rid of a lot of them so that they can earn money and they can adhere to financial fair play, and that's exactly what they're doing. Loads of players out the door at Chelsea, up to 8 players if not out, they will be out the door at Chelsea, and there'll probably be more to come in that regard. They need to free up the books in order for them to sign players. I think Chelsea's main transfer target is Moise Caicedo from Brighton. I think they'll be looking to put in a bid for him imminently. Moving on to Newcastle, they have struck a deal with AC Milan to sign Tonali, fantastic midfielder, box-to-box midfielder. Their initial interest was in Barella from Inter Milan. I don't know what happened there. That came as a surprise to everyone. Barella being a boyhood Inter Milan fan and probably not too keen to leave Inter because, you know, his love is Inter. He's playing for the club that he's loved and supported since he was a boy, and a successful club at that. He's had success at Inter and will continue to have success at Inter. So they turn their attention to Tonali, AC Milan's Tonali, and it looks like that deal is imminent, and that'll be a great acquisition for Newcastle to strengthen their midfield. He will come in and start straight away and take their midfield to another level, and I think there's going to be much more incomings at Newcastle, but they do have to adhere to financial fair play. Let's talk about Leicester's Harvey Barnes and Maddison, two players that are probably going to be on the way out of Leicester. Leicester have unfortunately been relegated, and Maddison in particular has been getting a lot of interest from mainly two clubs, Spurs and Newcastle. I don't know how strong the links are and the interest is for Maddison. I think the link and I think the links are stronger with Newcastle and Maddison, but I don't know where Maddison would prefer to go. Listen, if he goes to Newcastle, he'll be, I don't know if he'd be the main man. I don't even know if he would suit Eddie Howe's style of play, because Eddie Howe tends to play sort of similar to Liverpool with the three energetic, athletic, very mobile midfielders in midfield like Willock, Gomez and Joe Linton, all athletic. They can all get around a pitch, all box to box, and they can all play. So is Maddison going to have the legs and do the off-the-ball work that Eddie Howe will demand? We all know how good Maddison is when it comes to the final third pass and, you know, getting the ball, turning, creating, all that sort of stuff. But the off-the-ball work, will Maddison be able to do what Eddie Howe wants? For Tottenham, on the other hand, he might be better suited to Postecoglou and the style that he's going to want to play. I believe that if Maddison was to go to Tottenham, that the team can be built around him. He'll be the sort of closest thing that Tottenham have had since losing Eriksen, that sort of creative midfielder that can pick a pass, get the ball, turn, make things happen, thread a nice intricate ball through, and Postecoglou would probably build a team around him. That would be the sort of player that Tottenham have been crying out for years since losing Eriksen. So it's going to be interesting to see where Maddison goes. I think he'll go to one of these two clubs, or maybe the likes of an Aston Villa maybe as well. Unai Emery might come in for him. Harvey Barnes, on the other hand, I do think he's a little bit overrated, but I do think he's a Premier League player. There would be many suitors in the Premier League. Interest for him hasn't really been strong. There is a link for Harvey Barnes and Tottenham, but you know, this could all be paper talk. This could all be rumours. We don't know how strong that link is, but there's going to be a lot of players that are going to be on the way out of Leicester, and I'll bring that news when I get it. Alright guys, so this is going to conclude today's video. Lots of transfer talk and lots of transfer talk coming on tomorrow's video, so please comment, smash the like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow for another one. Peace.